Hello, today is March the 31st, 2021, and I'm going to do a reading on Matt Gaetz. I'm just circling back with him. None of my readings that I've ever done on him, and you can view them in my playlists under World Politics. None of my readings for him ever give him a good future. So let's just have a look at Matt Gaetz. And his present situation doesn't look too great. Let's just put it like that. YouTube may or may not demonetize, they demonetize me for a number of different things. If I bring up like the police, they demonetized, I think they demonetized even though I didn't go into any kind of graphic violence or anything like that, my George Floyd. Pretty sure it was that one. Anyway, they did it to recent, one of them is like, what? Anyhow, but enough with my annoyance with their platform. Let's just go on. Matt Gaetz. I'm going to do the reading regardless. So he's been accused of being connected to trafficking and having a sexual relationship with a minor, paid her to travel with him. Serious. McCarthy is supposed to speak with him. So I do think this is curtains for him. I think he's in deep duties. So we have Representative Ted Lieu of California, who's removing him. He wants to take action and remove him from the Judicial Committee. And Ted Lieu says the DOJ has not told him to do anything, and if a member at my conference gets indicted, they will get removed from a committee. He says this is not true, and we have a newspaper report that says something else. We'll find out the basis. What? I don't know. These people, I don't even like to really read on them. But I think it's worthwhile because we need to see kind of where he's at with seeing accountability of some kind to the behavior he participates in. He's denying the allegations, and people pushing these lies are targets of an ongoing extortion investigation, Gaetz said. I demand the Department of Justice immediately release the tapes made at their direction, blah, 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 and claiming the allegations are false. But the report by the, let's see, which was it, Times, said federal investigators are looking into whether Gaetz had a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old girl and broke federal sex trafficking laws. Such laws make it a crime to induce someone under the age of 18 to travel for sex in exchange for something of value. Okay, so that's how it would be considered trafficking. So, let's just take a look. At Gaetz. We also have Capitol officers suing Trump over physical and emotional injuries, which I do plan on reading on. Not today, because my energy's not that great, but I'm venturing out to read on Matt Gaetz. Ooh, this card went flying. These two. The Five of Pentacles and the Nine of Pentacles. The have and the have-nots. And most definitely abuse of power of people that are vulnerable. So this tells me he's guilty. Just those two cards want to say guilt. But I'm not going to say, okay, that's entirely it. I'm done. Hang up. Let's just see what the cards have to say. Matt Gaetz, is he truly guilty of this act that he's being accused of? And how do things look to go for him? I think that's fair enough. And I'm asking Spirit to please help and assist so that I can read accurately. All right. Well, there's the bully card, guys. That's the Five of Swords covering him, which means that Matt is who he shows himself to be. You know, he's a bully. He is somebody that likes, a sadist, likes to shove people's faces in their loss. That's the energy. This is a predator, and this is also using and abusing one's power of office, career, whatever, to, you know, against another person unfairly. You know, and doing it as a repetition, doing it as a habit of behavior. So I'm going to say yes, this is, cards are saying so far, it's yeah. Six of Swords. We go from the 5 to the 6, and then this is the traveling, this is going out of state, this is, you know, the trafficking aspect. And this is the aspect with the Nine of Cups of indulgence. In the recent past, the Hierophant. Here we have, this is somebody that's supposed to, in my opinion, has a position of office, has a position of power, of especially where there are laws, that you're supposed to be an example of somebody that's following the laws, not breaking them. Because you're the one that's telling us what the laws are supposed to be as a representative. Well, but you don't follow them. You make a new rule for yourself, and he is a predator. It does show that. And it shows him using, especially abusing are the key words, his influence, his clout, and money, and all the things that he would have in his favor over somebody that's very vulnerable and disadvantaged point. And it shows that he's, I think, a repeat offender of these people, of making targets out of vulnerable people. We've seen that in his basic behavior as a representative with Trump in office. And in the near future, he gets the Three of Wands. This is a more extensive look at that behavior, I believe. And I believe they will find that it's pretty extensive. And here we deal with, he's going to be struggling against this. This is going to catch him, and he's going to have to fight it. The Three of Swords, this is causing pain in the environment. And this is heartbreak. This is, again, creating suffering and taking advantage of a situation. It's also part of his choice of being divisive within his environment. It's part of his nature, is what it's saying. Yes, this is part of his secrets. He's afraid of these secrets coming out. There's worse, trust. This is the Emperor. This is, to me, having to answer to authority, because you had an office of authority. This is about authority. This is about not abusing your office. You're supposed to be protecting and serving the public, not abusing them and taking advantage of them. So I think he's going to face real rules himself. This, to me, could be the young female that they're talking about, underage. And this is the Sun. There will be exposure on this. So I believe this will be definitely investigated, and it looks like exposed. This comes to light. 8 of Pentacles and Princess of Wands. This is a sexual behavior where it's been going on. There's also getting, I feel like this is like people that are more advanced and skilled at what they're doing. I think he becomes more skilled at covering it up, where there were younger people involved here. There's something not right, and there is training, teaching, education. There is something here. I don't know. And there is, this to me is a different perspective about one's ability to do the job, one's having what it takes to do the job, being truly able to carry out an office. So I see a suspension here. That makes me wonder, does Matt end up finding that his duties as a representative are suspended? Certainly, any little extra incomes that he partakes of in his whatever life outside of his work is going to be viewed differently. And I think, yeah, his public face is going to, especially younger people, this issue with younger people in the environment. Maybe they'll finally start to realize that he's a predator and shouldn't be out in the environment. Honestly, he is. 10 of Cups and 5 of Pentacles. Loss. This is him taking advantage of people that are lost or vulnerable, and for his own pleasure. This is a regular thing, and he feels like it's quite normal. But I don't think it's going to be shown to be normal. And I don't think he'll be able to understand why everyone else has got a problem with it. Honestly. But he knows that, and so he'll try and lie. But I think he'll have to abandon office. Okay. That's my reading for Matt Gaetz.